Burghley House is a grand 16th-century country house near Stamford, Lincolnshire, England. It is a leading example of the Elizabethan prodigy house. Its park was laid out by Capability Brown. The house is within the boundary of the City of Peterborough in the county of Cambridgeshire. It was formerly part of the Soke of Peterborough, an historic area that was traditionally associated with Northamptonshire. It lies 0.9 miles south of Stamford and 10 miles northwest of Peterborough city centre. History: Burghley was built for Sir William Cecil, later 1st Baron Burghley, who was Lord High Treasurer to Queen Elizabeth I, between 1558 and 1587 and modelled on the privy lodgings of Richmond Palace. It was subsequently the residence of his descendants, the Earls and, since 1801, Marquesses of Exeter. Since 1961 it has been owned by a charitable trust established by the family. Lady Victoria Lethem, antiques expert and television personality, followed her father, Olympic gold medal winning hurdler and runner, IAF President and MP David Cecil, the 6th Marquis, by running the house from 1982 to 2007. The Olympic corridor commemorates her father. Her daughter Miranda Rock is now the most active live-in trustee. However, the marquisate passed in 1988 to Victoria's uncle William Martin Cecil and then to his son William Michael Anthony Cecil, both Canadian ranchers on land originally bought by the 5th Marquis, who have not resided there. The house is one of the main examples of stone masonry in proportion in 16th-century English Elizabethan architecture, reflecting the prominence of its founder and the lucrative wool trade of the Cecil estates. It has a suite of rooms remodeled in the Baroque style, with carvings by Grinling Gibbons. The main part of the house has 35 major rooms on the ground and first floors. There are more than 80 lesser rooms and numerous halls, corridors, bathrooms and service areas. In the 17th century, the open loggias around the ground floor were enclosed. Although the house was built in the floor plan shape of the letter E in honor of Queen Elizabeth, it is now missing its northwest wing. During the period of the 9th Earl's ownership, and under the guidance of Capability Brown, the south front was raised to alter the roofline, and the northwest wing was demolished to allow better views of the new parkland. The so-called Hell Staircase has substantial ceiling paintings by Antonio Varillo from 1697 and walls by Thomas Stothard, who completed the work about a century later. Paintings. In the pagoda room, there are portraits of the Cecil family, Elizabeth I, her father Henry VIII and Oliver Cromwell. Many delicately painted walls and ceilings of the house were done by Antonio Varillo. The billiard room displays 6 oval portraits of members of the Order of Little Bedlam, the 5th Earl's drinking club. Lost Village. The medieval settlement of Burghley, mentioned in Domesday, was abandoned by 1450. Failure to locate its site leads to the supposition that it lay below Burghley House. Parkland. The avenues in the park were all laid out by Capability Brown, paying due respect to pre-existing plantings, some of which were from the 16th century or earlier. Brown also created the park's man-made lake in 1775–80. He discovered a seam of waterproof blue clay in the grounds, and was able to enlarge the original 9-acre pond to the existing 26-acre lake. Its clever design gives the impression of a meandering river. Brown also designed the Lion Bridge at a cost of 1,000 guineas in 1778. Originally, code stone lions were used as ornamentation. After these weathered, the existing stone examples were made by local mason Herbert Gilbert in 1844. Queen Victoria and her husband Prince Albert also planted 2 trees to commemorate the visit, as well as the annual Burghley Horse Trials. The park plays host to the Burghley Run for Stamford School and an annual meet for the Cambridge University Draghounds. Recent developments have included starting a sculpture garden around the old ice house, and, in 2007, a Garden of Surprises was created using traditional ideas of water traps, shell grottos and a mirror maze, but in a 21st-century style. The Burghley House Trust has commissioned contemporary artwork in the grounds from leading artists. Today, the house is a Grade I listed building, with separately Grade I listed North Courtyard and Gate. The site is open to the public. A number of restoration projects are underway. The Lincolnshire county boundary crosses the park between the town of Stamford and the house. Burghley is located in the ancient Soke of Peterborough, once a part of Northamptonshire but now for ceremonial purposes in Cambridgeshire. For planning and other municipal functions, the house is in the Peterborough Unitary Authority. Filming. Burghley House has been featured in several films. Its virtually unaltered Elizabethan facades and a variety of historic interiors make it an ideal location for historical and period movies. Films and television programs made at Burghley include Middlemarch, The Da Vinci Code, Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth, The Golden Age. BBC Two filmed a 15-part series about Burghley, broadcast in the Castle in the Country programmes 2006, featured in the 2007 BBC series How We Built Britain. Burghley House was one of 15 structures featured in the 2010 BBC series Climbing Great Buildings. In 2011, Burghley House featured on the TV programme Royal Upstairs Downstairs. Houseful 2, The Dirty Dozen Indian Movie 2012, Antiques Roadshow, Season 20, Episode 18. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Video Clips, Pathé Newsreel, 1929, Lord Burghley competing at AAA event. Pathé Newsreel, 1966, Queen visits horse trials. Pathé Newsreel, 1967, Horse Trials.